Hello and welcome to TVJ's Final Whistle. As usual, I'm Liam Henriquez and here with me is
Giovanni Brady.
And today we'll be recapping the matches that happened today. So, first match we had France-Uruguay. Your thoughts on the match?
We had France 2, Uruguay 0. Yeah, it was a good game from France. Uruguay a bit disappointing. I think Uruguay's main problem was the fact that one half of their dynamic duo was not on the field. Edinson Cavani was injured in their win against Portugal, so he didn't start. Uruguay were a bit flat to begin with. They sat back and defended, and they didn't really go forward until Raphael Varane gave France the lead.
Yeah, but one thing I have to mention is that what's been the highlight of this Uruguayan team has been their defense. It has been their ableness to defend and win games by defending, and that's what I think France did to beat Uruguay. I think France, from they drew Uruguay in the quarterfinals, have been studying this Uruguayan defense and they found a way to beat this Uruguayan defense, and that's all they needed to do. They found a way to beat this Uruguayan defense and got 2 goals, and this Uruguayan defense did not look what we've seen this whole World Cup.
I think I agree a bit. Tactical awareness from France. Also a bit of luck as well. You saw Antoine Griezmann's second goal.
Yeah,
it was horrendous goalkeeping from Muslera. I mean, he obviously couldn't hold it, or it was kicked at such a power that he couldn't hold it, but he could have at least pushed it over the crossbar.
Yeah.
He pushed it right into his own net.
Yeah, and I mean, I think if Uruguay were to win this game, they would win it. They would win it defensively, but they were not good not as good defensively as we've seen them. France beat them on attack, and France won.
And they're at the part of the competition where they're going to face teams that have good attacks. It's not just defend again. I mean, who they played in the last round? Uruguay? They played Portugal. They played Portugal in the last round, and Portugal aren't the same caliber as this French team. So it's easier to defend against Portugal than it is to defend against a France team, the likes of Pogba, Giroud, those 2 man mountains that we're seeing right there. So, and
I think we could have seen a little bit more from the Uruguayan attack.
Yeah. Even though we can probably still hear Jamaican hearts, feeling a bit hurt. Jamaicans feel kicked. Brazil, our lovely Brazil, are out of the World Cup. They lost 2-1 to Belgium. I couldn't say I didn't see this coming. Did you see this coming?
Well, if someone were to tell me before the match Belgium's going to win, I'm not going to dismiss that. That's reasonable. But I did say Brazil, but I can understand Belgium winning. First of all, I think Brazil, they could have won this game if they took their chances. I think they had loads of chances. Paulinho had lots of chances.
Paulinho had about 4 if I count correctly.
Thiago Silva had that chance. There's that chance where Neymar squared it back to Coutinho. Coutinho just kicked it wildly.
Over. I must say though, Thiago Silva's chance, it was more of it bounced back out on him. So it wasn't the clearest of chances, but we can definitely hold Paulinho and Coutinho suspect, especially Coutinho from that close. Oh my jeez, he should have.
Yeah, I think Belgium beat Brazil tactically. I feel like Brazil just go out and try to make their quality shine and get goals with Neymar and quality. I think Belgium go out there and just play tactically and play very disciplined.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Yeah.
Belgium are just much more disciplined than Brazil. Brazil go out and just try to score goals and stuff. Belgium disciplined. But they knew they didn't have as good as a team as Brazil, but they just went out and they were tactically disciplined, and that's how they
That's a theme that we've seen through the World Cup, where we've seen European teams play more disciplined and South American teams have more flair. One good example of that was when Poland played Colombia, and Poland seemed to be very disciplined. They were sitting back in their shapes of 5, but the flair that Colombia had with James Rodriguez and those players just outshone them. But this is a game where we've seen the opposite happening, Belgium being compact and being disciplined and being tactical and outshining what is a very talented Brazilian squad.
Yeah, and one thing to say is that where you heard the commentator say, he said Thierry Henry, I think one of the parts of the coaching staff of Belgium, assistant coach, and Roberto Martinez, the head coach, they knew this could be a possible quarterfinals, and they were preparing for this match. So they knew what they had to do to beat Brazil, and it's going to be interesting to see Thierry Henry against France.
The old French team.
To be honest, I don't know who's going to be he's going to want Belgium to win, but in the same way, you're going against your country, so.
Yeah, to go back a bit on the Belgium thing, Belgium knew, I think, from they played England in that last group game, that if they had topped the group, they would have faced the second place team from Brazil's group, which would then lead them to face Brazil, because Brazil would more than likely beat their opponents.
Yeah, so they would probably meet up Brazil.
So, and they were prepared. They put in Fellaini, they dropped Mertens. That was a good switch right there. Fellaini brings his physical abilities to the team. Brazil weren't able to deal with that, because, as one of the commentators are rightfully saying, when corners came and free kicks, Belgium had 6 man mountains on the field. as opposed to Brazil, who's a much more shorter team, technically efficient. So, yeah, Jamaicans, I know you're sad, but no worries, no worries. Belgium will win the World Cup, you know? Belgium will win it.
All right. Tomorrow we have Sweden versus England at 9 a.m. and Russia versus Croatia at 1 p.m. First game, Sweden versus England.
It's very possible that Sweden beats England. Very, very possible. However, England are the favourites, but seeing that it's a World Cup of upsets, I think Sweden win on penalties. I think, probably.
Yeah, and I mean, go back to the European side tactically. Sweden have made it to the World Cup, like, they made it to the quarterfinals with tactics. I mean, they beat Italy in the qualifier with tactics. They sat back defensively, and now they've gone in. And you expected them to kind of get knocked out in the group stage, and they've gone all the way to the quarterfinals and are possible of beating this England team because of tactics. Maybe they don't have that much quality. Forsberg hasn't been at his best. Berg hasn't been at his best, but they have tactics, and tactics I think will be quality.
Yeah, Forsberg really only turned up for one game, and that was the last game that they played against Switzerland.
And his goal was kind of deflected.
Shaky. But I'm saying Sweden, sorry. Sweden to win. The second game
hold on, I haven't made my prediction.
Okay, yeah, prediction.
I'm going to say England extra time.
England extra time. All right, the second game, Russia versus Croatia. If I might add, both of these games are so even, I think any one of these teams can win. But Russia versus Croatia, I think Croatia wins. I think the Russians, the home side's fairy tale ends tomorrow. I think Croatia beats them probably 3-1. What do you think about that one?
I think it's going to be a 1-goal margin. I think Croatia will win by a 1-goal margin. I'm going to say 2-1. I think Russia going out will be pretty happy. I think they weren't even going to the round of 16 was good enough and beating a Spain team. So I think Russia going out are going to be like, all right, we did good. And I think their home crowd will be thankful of them. I think Croatia will want more. Croatia will realize we're a better team than this Russian team. We could go all the way. I think Croatia will win.
Croatia. So let me just call the finals from now. I'm calling Croatia versus Belgium in the finals.
I'm calling England versus Belgium.
Geez.
England versus
France.
Yeah.
France.
I want it to be France because I don't want another Belgium-England match. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to say England-Belgium.
England-Belgium, okay. But I'm going to be right, though. I'm sure about that. But good try, Liam. Good try. Anyways, that was Television Jamaica's Final Whistle, the show where we give you a review of all the day's action. Brazilian fans, don't cry too much. Tomorrow's another day. I'm Giovanni Brady.
I'm Liam Enriquez.
We'll see you next time.